Alright, I'm going to be honest, I had a whole script written up. Not even script, just points to talk about. But this is what the Premier League does, okay? I'm buzzing off of emotion right now. This is insane. Liverpool have just beat Bournemouth 4-2. We did it for Diogo tonight. I don't care what anyone says. We went 2-0 up. It was a professional performance. Semenyo comes in, as he should, bags 2 goals because whoever that prick was in the crowd, he can fuck himself. I don't condone racism. Like I said, I'm just fuck that guy. Wow, where to start with that game? Hugo Ekitike, he's going to be a superstar. Put his name in the rafters already. He was incredible today. The goal, perfectly taken, poised, great dribbling, great pass from Maka. He goes, he's confident, he goes, and he just puts it in the bottom corner. He gets a lucky bounce, but it doesn't matter. He then gets the assist to Gakpo. Players want to play through Ekitike, they want to give him the ball, and that's how you know he's going to be a baller, because everything runs through him. It's great having a focal point up there that's not a fucking donkey like Darwin Núñez. Sorry, I'm going to calm down now, and we're going to go into it. The game's literally just finished, so I want to start. It was a beautiful tribute for Diogo Jota at the beginning. I want to thank both sets of fans, for letting that happen. The team were visibly emotional, and it sort of got my fiance choked up as well. And she's not a massive football fan, and I'm going to be careful what I say here as well, because I am my fiance's family are Bournemouth fans, so I'm going to keep it respectful. What I am going to say is Senesi should have been sent off in the first half. I couldn't care less what the VAR had to say. He kicked the ball into his arm, which was fine. That part's not a problem. But he swiped his hand at the ball and literally slapped it. That's not a natural movement. That is a red card. That is a sending off. That was a purposeful handball, and he got away with it in broad daylight. And how many times will we talk about VAR? It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that he got away with that. Like, in 2025, when VAR's been around for how long now, the ref had a good look at it. It's not acceptable. But anyway, we won the game, so it doesn't matter. But if we didn't win the game, that's a big talking point. In the first half, Bournemouth didn't have much of a sniff of the ball, other than Tavernier fluffing the shot. But oh man, I've got written down here, Hugo Ekitike, remember the fucking name. Beautiful Maka, finding well, great dribble, a little bit of luck, gives the keeper the eyes and finishes beautifully. Fuck XG, Hugo Ekitike has arrived, and he has arrived. He's going to do better than Gyökeres this season, and he's going to do better than Sesko this season, and we need to put him ahead of them and give him some damn respect, because oh my god was he sensational tonight. Wirtz and McAllister in that first half were incredible together. They were pulling strings towards the end of that first half. Kirkes looked rash. He just looked like he was anxious to perform against his old team, and he was involved in the second goal there. So, he did do something. But yeah, honestly, going into halftime, I went down and I got myself a Magnum, got myself some Thatchers. I thought to myself, this game's over. I was like, Bournemouth couldn't lay a glove on us. And out of nowhere, the first 10 minutes of the second half, we pinned Bournemouth back. Like, we were absolutely killing them. Szoboszlai hadn't stopped running. He was the engine in the midfield. He looks great in a deeper position. He was spraying passes. And then just like that, flipping Szoboszlai, he decides to try and flick it, right? And they grab a goal on the counter. We fell asleep. Szoboszlai's trying to be too clever. Brooks played on by Burge, and it was a great cross for a tap-in by Semenyo. Alisson gets his hand to it, but it sneaks in, and things like that are going to happen. And we're going to get caught on the counter, and that was not the lineup that I'd expect us to get caught on the counter with, because we just brought Frimpong and Kirkes off. But, not a single Liverpool player tried to run back for that, and I was thoroughly disappointed. But, hey, for the next 10 minutes after that, Virgil van Dijk was rescuing us left, right and centre. He was the boy. We lost all control. Bournemouth were outworking us. We were trying to be too cute with our passing, and Konate's all over the place. I don't know what it is. If he's got his mind on Madrid like fucking Trent did, he can fuck off and go. This isn't me having a meltdown, by the way. I was very close to having a meltdown when it went 2-2. But, Jesus. He was all over the place. And if he wants to go, let him go. Bring in Gay and let him start straight away, because that's what he wants. And hope that he's ready to play for the badge and not think of going to sunny Spain. But Gomez comes on, Jones comes on, Ekitike comes off, and so did Maka. Maka, I understand. He's not at a pre-season. He was injured towards the end of last season. He needs a bit of fitness. Ekitike, I didn't want to see him come off. Not just because he'd played excellent, but because I was thinking we would need another goal. And evidently I ended up being correct. But I understood the changes. You move Gomez to right back, then Endo can play in midfield. And I'm going to be honest, Endo started playing a lot better when that happened. He doesn't have the pace to be at right back. He was getting exposed. Bournemouth's second goal. Semenyo ran the full length of the pitch. No Liverpool player gets back, and he put it in the corner with a brilliant strike. And as I said, Semenyo deserves that, because whoever that prick was in the crowd, I hope that he gets something coming to him after the game, because that's unacceptable in 2025. It's unacceptable in any time, but especially in 2025. They've just all respected our player that lost his life, and you're sat here going at someone's race when we've got how many black players on the team? Like, you're more than happy to cheer on the African Mo Salah, and you're more than happy. I bet he was screaming for Ekitike's goal, and I bet he was screaming for Gakpo's goal, but he wants to turn around and go at Semenyo. So Semenyo deserved those goals. He deserves a lot more than those goals, and shout out to him, because he's absolute baller. And I'm glad it didn't affect the game for us. I'm glad that we still ended up winning, but he got what he deserved, even though that's just a small fraction. But we showed grit, we showed determination, and we showed that Federico Chiesa is the man for the moment. I want to fucking keep him. He's a baller, and he knows where the net is. And with the void in this team left by Diogo, that guy that could come on and affect the game and be direct and score goals, I want Chiesa to stay, because I believe that he can do that. Not to the same capacity, because Jota was brilliant at it, but Chiesa showed us today, and he showed us in the Carabao Cup final last year, that he can come on and he can find the net. So we need him to stay, and that's that. At this point, I stopped taking notes, if I'm honest. I was on the edge of my seat. I was buzzing. I literally knee slid around my living room when Chiesa scored that goal. And then the man, the legend, Mo Salah. Where do I start? Salah never stops running. He never slows down, right? He just never stops. And he always scores on the first day. 4-2, goodbye Bournemouth and good night. It wasn't without drama, but the 3 points are ours. We need to regroup. We need to get Gay in now. Leone needs to be introduced to the squad, and we will be looking defensively solid again. And we severely missed Ryan Gravenberch today, because if he was in that midfield, they would not have got a single foothold in that second half. But we end up with the win, 4-2, top of the Premier League. I'm going to put that in there, because we are top of the Premier League, and this is the start of the title charge again. Come on, boys. It was always going to be a difficult game against Bournemouth first day of the season. They run, and they should hold their head high, because they've lost half of their defence, more than half of their defence, and they came out and gave us a good flipping game. So you guys let me know what you thought down below. I'm absolutely buzzing after that game. It was the highs, it was the lows. It's Premier League football at its finest. You guys let me know what you think. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and Liverpool are going to win the fucking league again. Peace out.